Lindsay, thank you. Well, New Jersey Republican Scott Garrett is here with us. He's been against the Obama administration's stimulus plan. So what does he think of the housing proposal to be unveiled today? He's back in his home state today, meeting with business leaders also to get their ideas on how to fix the economy. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us.
It's good to be with you. Thank you.
Okay, so the big news today is going to be this housing plan. Are you for it, against it, or what?
Well, we haven't seen all the details, but if it's what I hear so far, probably not leaning against it.
Not leaning against it.
No, I'm leaning against it.
You are leaning against it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. On 2 points. One, they're still talking about the so-called cram down as being a piece of the whole works. And, of course, we've heard from banks all across the country, back in the district as well, saying that is one of the worst things you could be talking about doing because it may solve the problem for right now in the short term, but it would just seize up the credit markets even more. Banks would just not want to get in the market anymore if they're going to be forced into this. And the second aspect of it is, and this is what we hear back from home, is what are you doing for me to the 90-some-odd% of Americans who have been doing everything right, the ones who were on time, paying the mortgages, didn't get a 100% down payment or no down payment loan.
Right.
They did everything right, and now they're going to be hearing on the news later on today that Obama's going to be helping out their neighbor across the street who did a zero down payment house, who took out equity somewhere along the line, went on vacations and the like, that sort of thing. What are you doing for them? And that's just going to explode the program if they try to help everybody.
True. It seems unfair, at least for those who see their houses in negative equity, but as you said, have been making their payments this whole time. So what do you propose, or what do you think would be the right solution?
Well, one thing you have to step back and take a look at it and say that maybe right where we are right now is that prices in the housing market are still higher than they should be on a historical level numbers. If you look at it where we would have been had we not had the inflated price of the houses. Remember, it's just a short period of time we could have been on a program like this, and people have been asking, how come houses are so much? What can we do to bring down the prices so people can afford to get into them? That's sort of the questions we should be looking at now.
Okay, Congressman, just a very little time, but in your own state, of course, your housing market has been affected by the fact that Wall Street has gone down so much.
Yeah.
People aren't getting any more bonuses, and housing prices have gone down because of that. What are you doing in your own state to alleviate that or counter that?
Well, our own, New Jersey is going just through its own problems right now because New Jersey as a state has been spending too much. They're looking to the federal government to bail them out. Basically, what we have to do is get our own fiscal house in order in the state of New Jersey, live within our means, try to cut back on state spending and the like. Do the same thing the businesses are being forced to do and the families are being forced to do. If you can do that, break the economy in New Jersey, turn around, get job creation going again, those things would help stabilize the market.
Okay, Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey happens to be my home state where I reside. We'll be back on Bloomberg News. Stick around.